No, we won't tell. It's like, shh. It's Thursday, Throwback Thursday. We have a baby sleeping. And the baby's name is Huggy Bear. She is sound asleep. So we are fortunate today to have Pam on. It is Throwback Thursday. We are going to talk stabilizers, but I think she's got some throwback comments, and I'm going to let her do that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about stabilizers. And so if you've got any other questions that, hello, Colleen, that you would like answered, things that whatever questions, go ahead and type them in. That'll give us time to get the comments and I can get to them. So, Pam, you've got something for us for Throwback Thursday?
Yes, I do. Happy Thursday, guys. Okay, I have two throwbacks. Uh, in 1891, now both of these are May 5th for today. So in 1891, May 5th, 1891, Carnegie Hall, it was originally called Music Hall, officially opened in New York. So they called it Music Hall, changed it to Carnegie Hall at one time, I don't know, but it officially opened May 1st, 1891 in New York. All right. Now, my second throwback is from May 5th, 1921. Chanel number 5 perfume was first introduced. Now, Chanel actually introduced Chanel number 5 to some of her friends. Initially, it was given to preferred clients for free at her boutique, and her fitting rooms in her boutique actually were scented with Chanel number 5. Now, they said Coco Chanel commissioned this perfumer, and if I get the name wrong, I'm sorry, a renowned perfumer, Ernest Beaux. It's Beaux. Is that Beaux? I think. Anyways, commissioned him to create the most expensive perfume in the world. Well, it uses jasmine. Jasmine was one of the most expensive perfume oils, and Chanel number 5 relies heavily on jasmine. So she created the most expensive perfume, and it may be at that time, I don't know if it still is, but Chanel number 5. So there you have it. Go out and check and see if it is. I have some that I think are, kind of expensive. Some Estee Lauder, if I'm allowed to say that on the air. Um, I think that's expensive, but I do not know Chanel number 5. So somebody go check and then let us know for later. I don't know. Let me see my calendar. I do not have any birthdays until this weekend. So,
Well, go ahead. If they're this weekend, let's go ahead and wish them happy birthday, unless you're going to be on
oh,
tomorrow.
I probably will be. No, I won't. I'll be watching Ainsley tomorrow. So let me go ahead and on Sunday, but I will still send out my little birthday greeting. Jeffrey Rhodes. I believe, as far as I know, Jeffrey is our only gentleman for our friends of A&A White. So Jeffrey, if you are out there, or if you happen to catch this live later on because you're in California, it's like 3 hours away. Happy birthday on Sunday. And I also want to wish all moms happy birthday, or yeah, all moms happy birthday. I want to wish all mom. Honestly, there is just coffee in this, I promise. I want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, whether you are officially a mother or you have mothered or mentored, happy Mother's Day to you. So,
That
uh,
counts. Counts for dog and cat moms too.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So, uh,
Rabbits,
and
dragons.
yes, and then my little spiel to thank you all for supporting A&A White for keeping the lights on and making Sherry and Mike happy.
Keeping us busy, that's for sure.
Right. I guess then probably Thursday next week. I was asked to watch a little Ainsley June for a little bit tomorrow. So, anyways, I will be doing grandma sitting during the time of live. I will try and listen. That's usually her nap time. So I might be able to turn the phone down and watch and see what's going on. So thank you all for supporting A&A White, guys. Thank you for supporting all your small businesses wherever you are. Because remember, they need to put food on the table, keep their lights on too. So With that being said, you all have a great rest. Okay, great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you next Thursday. I can say Pam out, but I'm holding off because Sherry needs me.
That's right. I need you, boy. Yes. I need you. I need you. So we'll do that part first. I do want to tell you that the simplify wall hanging, those kits, if you've ordered one and you're taking the class at the end of the month, those kits were shipped. I just got notice from Mike. He has shipped those kits. They're ready for pickup. If you haven't signed up, I think we still have room. If there's room in inventory, grab one. It's gonna be fun. It's a Janine Babbage design. It is a nice size wall hanging. It's 16 by 34, so it's a nice size. I really like the saying. It's simplified. It says, be sincere, live the life you imagined, make peace with the past, practice honesty, live abundantly, trust your intuition, focus on today, and be true to yourself. So I think it's a very nice wall hanging, and hope to see a full class. All right, so today we're going to talk about stabilizer. One other thing, though, I better say and address before, because I get done at the end and then I forget. Kimberbell officially launched their Bella Box order yesterday. From the way I understand it, you can order your Bella Box. You will not be charged. You're signing up for a subscription that can be canceled if you don't want to do the next one. It's not going to be, orders aren't going to be filled, and your credit card's not going to be hit until I think it's June 5th. It's the first part of June. And at that time, they're going to give you some free designs if you subscribe. So if you want to do that, we just ask that you please go through our website. There is a link. It does work. We appreciate that. That's the only way that they know that we're sending people, and we get a couple dollars. Seriously, a couple dollars is it. But like Pam said, all those little dollars help keep our lights on, and we appreciate it. At the same time, if you go through our website, our affiliate link, you can go ahead and sign up for more information for what's the one, Pam? The perfect piecing. That's the next one coming out. And you just go through, and right now you're just saying you want more information on it. So that's kind of all I know about it. When I hear more, I will let you know. There's a third one that's later on in the year. Mike has sent out the kits for your Kimberbell event. Fire up the grill, and anybody out there, I know I have a few kits left. I committed to 40 of them, and I know we have a few of those left. We do have 2 specials going on to help you get to that $100 bonus, so you get the bonus CD. So we have 2 specials. One has a combination of blanks and the supplies that you need for to get the bonus. The other one I think is a stabilizer bundle. So we have two different things. Yep, we're all absolutely, Teresa. We're all mothers to something. Some have 2 legs, some have 4, and some are the ones we're married to. Just saying, or that we live with. Right, Pam? Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to keep her on and make her sit there silly just watching, although I know all of you ladies like. And if you have a question for Pam, type that in too. Okay, so her part, we're going to talk about stabilizers. One of the tools, and there's 2 things, and I think everybody should have them in your sewing studio. Okay? I'm going to share the Embellish Stabilizer Workbook, and both of them are similar but different. The one that Pam's going to hold up and show you, go ahead and hold it up, Pam, is Dime's, yeah, there you go, the Dime's Embroiderer's Compass. And this was designed by one of Deborah from Dime. She's a very experienced embroidery person. She had an embroidery business. And the way this works is it's a wheel. You can pick around the edge, you can pick the type of fabric or material. And so we did that. Pam got ahead and we just, what did we do? We picked terry cloth because everybody wants to embroider on a towel. So around the outer edge is the word terry cloth or terry. Yep, there you go. Hold it right there. That's where you choose the fabric. Then right underneath, you see there in the window is the stabilizer. So Pam, what stabilizer does it tell us we should use for terry?
It says 1 layer medium firm tearaway, tear and wash or adhesive sew and wash as backing beneath the fabric, water soluble topping on top.
Okay, what else? What other information does it give us on terry cloth? Doesn't it have needles and
Yes, the
comments?
needles is like light ballpoint, like 65 9 70 10. You could also use extra slim ballpoint 75 11, sharp point 80 12, and that's
Okay,
all.
all of that information's right there. And then there's comments. Isn't there some comments underneath it?
Uh, Comment says hoop with dissolvable, tear and wash or adhere to adhesive sew and wash. Remove large pieces and wash to dissolve remaining stabilized.
Okay, so there, if you don't know, something you've not done before, you've got the information on there. Pam, hold that back up again and turn it since you've got your hands free now.
Okay.
Okay, so see how the outside, and if you notice when she turns the wheel, the information in the stabilizer is going to change. So pick, and this is two-sided, so it has two different sides to it. Yeah, yeah, so go ahead and pick something else on there.
Sorry, I'm trying. Okay, so now I'll change it to velvet.
Okay, so now velvet. And
Velvet.
same thing. So if you noticed underneath the word, then it shows you the needles, it gives you comments, and it tells you the stabilizer to use. So this is an excellent tool. I know quite a few of you have it. And I'm just going to challenge you. If you do, get it out. I can't find mine right this minute, but we moved and I rearranged things. So I got to pull it back out. But you should have it handy. So it's right there next to your machine. Anytime you have a question, because we do all of these events on stabilizers and we teach you in classes, and then you pull something out and it's like, oh, now I don't know what to do. And you don't have, oh, the store's closed, and oh, Sherry's not going to answer her text at 10 o'clock at night. What am I going to do? You got the wheel. You got the wheel, so you can use that. Okay, if you, Pam, you're welcome to stay or you're welcome to go.
I'm gonna get on the big screen. This is a little
Oh,
screen. I will see you ladies, hopefully some of you at 3 for vintage jewel. I've got to go and cut my stuff now.
okay, just pay
Hi.
attention to your cutting. That's
Yes.
right. Pay attention to your cutting.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you then. Okay, the other thing, the other tool, so that one's really good, and these kind of work together, is Embellishes has a stabilizer workbook. Okay, it is a workbook. And what is so cool about this, and they even have a newer version that's spiral bound, but you can take these and take it apart or leave it together because they do add some new things. But what is really nice is you can do two things with this. One, when you open it up, one of the first things is right here. It gives you, it's a recommendation on the stabilizer, how many stitches are in your design. That's something we don't think about. If you've got a dense design, you maybe need to double up or use a heavier stabilizer. And how are you going to know that? So that's what this is. And it shows you based on a 4x4 hoop. And just as an example, if you have 12,000 stitches on a 4x4 hoop, one piece of stabilizer, then how much do you need for an 8x8? Well, an 8x8, you've got separated that, you have 48,000 stitches because we figured it out for a 4x4. Well, now an 8x8 has four 4x4 sections in there. So it gives you really good information, and they also have their stabilizers tell you how many the stitch count that you can use with their stabilizer. So this is an excellent resource. You can tell that I have notes all over mine. The most versatile of the stabilizers is fusible cutaway. And I will tell you, one of the things with dime is if you can fuse it, use it. Not dime, I'm sorry, R&K. They have a lot of fusible stabilizers because just like when we use that underlay or that layer underneath, see the difference it makes in your fabric? That's what fusible does. Some's permanent, some's not so permanent. But they have charts. Their chart is right here, similar to the wheel, but lists the fabric and the stabilizers. They base it on a 4x4 hoop. All you have to do is multiply it on the number of stitches on your bigger ones. Tells you, density, how dense, and you can look at your stitch count. And then they have a quick reference. So each one of their stabilizers is listed out here and what they have and what it's used for. But what I like is they break it down in the page so that they give you a whole page. This is the same paper that comes rolled up in their stabilizers. And then on this side, they give you a place that you can put. Now this should probably be in a bag since it's a clear rinse away topper. But you can put a little piece of your topper or your stabilizer here, tape it, and make some notes. Now, one of the things that we talked about in some of the classes for the notes would be, and I don't happen to have one in here, but if you have a different brand. Now, we carry different brand. We have Dime, which is, some of them are Dime and some has our label on it, still comes from Dime. We have Kimberbell, we have R&Ks. Well, they all call them different. Some of they're a little bit different. So you can use this as a cross-reference. So if you have Embellish's Rinse Away Clear Topper, or you have Dimes, or you have Baby Locks, or Kimberbells, you can put a little sample of each one, and you can put down here in the notes. So if you're with one project and it says, okay, this is what I need, you can look right here and see, be able to cross-reference the different ones that you have. Because I know that I would venture to say none of us stick with one brand for everything. Maybe we should, and there is differences in stabilizers, just like quality of anything else. There is a difference. So one of the questions that I had this morning, somebody said they were in the shop, well, I want to do freestanding lace, and it's dense. Well, I got the text message, so I didn't get the question, but freestanding lace, what stabilizer do I use? Well, if you have the wheel or you have the book, you have that information. You don't have to put the project aside until you can get in touch with somebody to ask. You can look it up and see. So just as a reference, if you're doing freestanding lace, couple things. One, you want it to wash away when you're done. So that means you need a type of water-soluble, dissolvable stabilizer. Well, if you use the clear topper, well, that washes away, but it's really, really thin. And what happens when you stitch the layers through it or you use it on a towel? You can pull it right away. So that tells me I can't use that for lace. Well, what about there's a wash away, tear away? Well, what can you tear? Usually tear away is kind of a paper base and it will dissolve. Well, I'm here to tell you that a dense design, a lace design, punched in, the holes punched in that will come apart. So you need something with some fibers in there to hold it. So that would be a wash away or dissolvable mesh. Now, depending on the density of the design on freestanding lace, you may need 2 layers. Some of your projects will tell you 2 layers. Now, if you've bought one that's not listed, Kimberbell will tell you how many, right in the directions, you're doing freestanding lace, you want 2 layers. Dime will do the same thing. R&K embellish, they will as well. But if you're getting it from somewhere else or you've created it yourself, you may not have that information. So when it comes to stabilizer, you just about cannot stabilize it too much. So you can use more than 1 layer. But on doing freestanding lace, because we want it to wash away, then you want to have a good stabilizer underneath. The other thing that you can obviously add is some organza. That helps if keeping your stitches together. But that's one of them. And then, we've got the sticky rinse away mesh. Well, that's kind of, that's right here is one of them. Yes, that would work, but probably not. That's sticky is more expensive, and your needle has to go through all the sticky. You don't need that whenever you're doing freestanding lace. Let's see. So that's why I would recommend. Now you can see I have a lot of blank pages because I don't take the time to put the stuff in there. You can also get this little package that we have at the store of the stabilizers. Now this one actually has the stabilizer. It's a little catalog too, so it's got it shows you all of embellishes heat transfer foil. So you've got this it's like a catalog at your fingertips. You've got a bunch of their designs in here. It also talks about some of the threads and some other things, but right here in the middle is what's most important. You have all of your stabilizers. Okay, so you have, and it gives you a little short reference on it, but you have the stabilizers, and you can always cross-reference them with your others. You can leave them in here, or you can cut them out and put them in your book and have your own reference. You'll find out which ones you use the most of, and that's the ones that you might have in different different brands. Because I know if you're taking a Kimberbell event, you buy Kimberbell, so you get your bonus CD. But then you're doing an embellish project. Well, can I use my Kimberbell stabilizer on my embellish project? Absolutely. It's not the brand name, it's the type of stabilizers. And the little rotating wheel will give you suggestions, as you heard Pam read, which stabilizers to use for a towel. Well, you had a couple different choices. Can you hoop the towel? Not hoop it. So there's a lot of variables that go in, and all 3 of those tools, these are the 2 that I have here in the studio, plus the wheel. They're all excellent tools, and if you don't have them, I would highly recommend that you get them. If you do have them and you don't know where they're at, look for them. Pull them out where they're handy. Keep them with your, close to your embroidery machine. Don't put them far away, because it's something that's a daily reference to use. So that's what I wanted to share. And it's just sometimes what pops up is whatever question that we have. Okay, so today from 3 to 5, we are doing our Vintage Jewel Block of the Month 5. Yes, 5. We only have 4 blocks in month 5, but there's a gazillion, not quite, but there's a lot of little pieces you're going to be sewing together. So we're going to be working on that. Don't forget, tomorrow, you should have already gotten your link for Sweet Land of Liberty if you ordered the stuff from Kimberbell and then ordered the fabric kit from us. We sent you an invitation to sew. You're going to sew together, be available to ask questions, just so you guys can have a good time together tomorrow. May show you a couple little things that's cute as can be. And if you've got all of your stuff, if you can get it cut out and packaged and labeled, you'll be much farther ahead. If you can't, you can certainly do that tomorrow. Next week, we have our dealer exclusive. So we're making the watermelon. And I will tell you, the watermelon hot pad, if you've got black buttons, little black buttons, that's what they're using for the seeds. I could not get them. You would not believe it is impossible right now to find black buttons. Kimberbell put it in there, but you can't get from them either. So you only need a few. So if you can find some, you might be able to even use a different color button and color it with a, paint, permanent marker or something if you want. Or maybe we can come up with some other suggestions on how to make the seeds for the watermelon. And then next Saturday will be our Amelia Scott Stars and Stripes table runner. Kits are out and done. If you haven't gotten your kit and you're local, come on down. We've got a few of them there at the store waiting to be picked up. And of course, Fire Up the Grill. You see her behind me. We go over here, the Fire Up the Grill and all the bonus designs. We've got that coming up a little bit later this month. And the Simplify, oh, and don't forget our Edge to Edge quilting. We've got a good group of people taking that class. If you want to learn about Edge to Edge quilting, I'm going to be teaching Amelia Scott's, and watch for the email and the setup on the website. Let me tell you when, I think I can tell you when it is. Dime is doing an edge to edge for us as well. So there's different ways. You can use Kimberbell tiles. You can do Amelia Scott's. You can come up with your own stuff. Dime has the edge to edge. Yes, that is going to be June the 16th at noon. I'm not sure if it's up on the website. I just got the email. Yes, Teresa, that's a great idea. You could use the raindrops from the spring quilt for the seeds. Yes, you could use your scan and cut and heat transfer vinyl if you wanted. Or you could get some of Kimberbell's, the iron-on vinyl, or the black glitter vinyl. That would be really cool. And you could cut it with scissors and then iron it on. So yeah, there's lots of different things. Beads, absolutely. So you might want to search for some of those things, and we'll talk about it on Thursday and come up with some maybe some other ideas, and everybody will be able to share. That would be kind of cool. Look in your machine. Actually, if you're doing, let me think here, the quilt for tomorrow, the Sweet Liberty, there are seeds embroidered in the watermelon. So think about that. How could you use those seeds that are already an embroidery design, especially if you have software? How could you use those to be the seeds on your watermelon? So now I've given you something to think about. Don't forget, we have 2 things going on this month. Crystals, yes, absolutely. Crystals would be cool. Crystals or beads. This is posted on our Facebook page. This is our find the items, our little game. How many items do you see in this picture? And if you really want to get technical, and the bonus, the more the better, is tell me how many items, and then send me an email with a list of what you see. Email's working the best. Yes, Mary, we will be doing more of the Janine Babbage classes. Yes, absolutely. The welcome banners. Yeah. Yep, I'm looking at putting more of these things on the calendar. So yes. We've got that. And check out your UFOs. Post on our friends page 2 numbers. I have X amount of UFOs and a slash, and another number. How many of those unfinished can you do this month? Doesn't have to be a big number. Sometimes I had somebody give a really big number of unfinished and then said they could do 2 or 3 this month. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be who's got the most UFOs. Nope. I just want to see, how many do you have? How many do you think you could finish this month? Then you're going to put a picture and let us know. And if you exceed that number, and there's going to be some interesting prizes. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Go make it a great afternoon. Sew up some of those UFOs. And watch for us tomorrow if you're going to be in class, or watch for us tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Until then, sew something.